morning. Before the Chancellor comes up, I'm going to call a few names, and if you are here in the audience, would you please make your way to the front and make a line on the side here? Juana Alicia Araza, faculty member from Berkeley City College. Chi Ao, senior network and systems administrator from the district. Fabian Banga, faculty member from Berkeley City College. Robert Brem, faculty member from College of Alameda. Tony Cook, Dean of Special Programs and Grants from College of Alameda. Stephen Corlett, faculty member from Laney College. Cynthia Carrera, faculty member from Laney College. Helen Curry, faculty member from Laney College. Barbara DeRoche, faculty member from Berkeley City College. Amani El-Mazri, curriculum and systems technical analyst from the district office. Rick Greenspan, faculty member from College of Alameda. Maisha Jameson, executive assistant from Laney College. Suzanne Kunkel, executive assistant from the district office. Ava Lee Pang, Senior Supervisor, Administration and Business Supervisor from College of Alameda. Bill Love, faculty member from Merritt College. Cynthia Mahabir, faculty member from Laney College. Lone Nguyen, Financial Aid Program Supervisor from Berkeley City College. Louis Quinlan, faculty member from Laney College. Cynthia Reese, executive assistant from Berkeley City College. Patricia Rahm, college network coordinator from Merritt College. Esena Gonzalez Santana, faculty member from Merritt College. Robert Smith, senior stores worker from Merritt College. Socorro Taylor, executive assistant from the district office. Hermia Yan, faculty member from Berkeley City College. David Yang, director of fiscal services from the district office. And Marta Zelke, faculty member from Merritt College.
Sometimes when the game is over, that's when they tell you what the rules are, so that if you scored, you may lose. We've changed things a little bit, and if things had remained the same way, this is how I would come up on the stage. I would introduce board member Linda Handy. Thank you for being here. I would introduce our president, Rowena Tomaning, new president at Berkeley City College. Would you stand so I can recognize you? Patricia Stanley, president at Laney College. Frances White, president at College of Alameda. And Marie Elaine Burns, president of Merritt College. And then I would have introduced the First Lady of Peralta Community College District, my wife, Tina Laguerre. So today I have invited members of the First Leadership Academy to help me recognize certain faculty, staff, and administrators for their unselfish and exemplary work. Truth be told, they actually came up with the idea as I was struggling with it myself. It was not an easy process to narrow the list. Actually, we had chosen 12, but at the end of the day, so many people, we have to recognize this. We ended up with 26 outstanding members of the Peralta Community College District for special recognition as we launch our Academy Recognition Program. May each of our choices amply reflect how much each individual deserves our tribute. The Leadership Academy wants to continue this tradition for another 2 semesters and then they will hand it over to a district-wide committee. Let's begin our commendations, and Chanel Whitaker will call the names of those being honored, and members of the Leadership Academy will help present a gift basket. The basket itself was made in my village of Saint George in Haiti. A certificate of recognition from the Chancellor and the President of the Board, an invitation to dine at the Chancellor's home over the course of the academic year to enjoy a marvelous dinner cooked by Peralta's First Lady. She didn't know that. So. But before Chanel takes over, time is pretty short to do the program. So instead of a full clap for each name, let us do a half clap. So let us practice. I will say a name, and we do a half clap together. After all the names are called, we can then applaud everybody for a few. So let's practice. Jerry Brown. Okay. Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump. Okay. Chanel.
When I call your name, can you please walk in front of the podium and stand right here and you'll get your gift. Juana Elisa Arraza, Berkeley City College. Half clap. Okay, Chi Ao. Fabian Benga. Robert Brem. Tony Cook. Stephen Corlett. Cynthia Carrera. Helen Curry. Barbara DeRoche. Amani El Masri. Rick Greenspan could not be here today. Maisha Jameson. Suzanne Kunkel. Ava Lee Pang. Bill Love could not be here today. Oh, is he here?
He's been here all day.
Okay. Oh, here he is. Bill Love. Okay.
Oh, Bill.
Cynthia Mahabir. Lone Wen. In front.
Yeah, say hello to Dr. Ledger.
Louis Quinlan. Cynthia Reese. Patricia Rom. No. Isela Santana. No. Robert Smith. Socorro Taylor. Hermia Yam. David Yang. And Marta Zilke. Oh, David Yang is here. In front. David Yang.
I want to I want to repeat something that President Ed Jaramillo said. I don't want to forget it. It's about Prop 30. We're not going to get together again as a group before the election. I don't need to share with you the importance of the election. You do know that from a national perspective, we have a lot in the balance, and it's important for us all to vote. But Prop 30 is more for us. With Prop 30, there will continue to be a flow of revenue that was made possible when Prop 30 passed. And if we are able to have Prop 30 to continue, that kind of funding will continue for us, and it's something that we really need. So we hope that with the election, you will vote. Of course, you vote your conscience, but we hope that you vote to make sure that education continues to get the support that it needs. So thank you for that. Wanted to add that to Ed, because we're not going to be together again until after the election as a group like this. For today, faculty, students, staff, trustees, and administrators, because our program is filled with several powerful speakers, I have shortened my remarks accordingly. Please note that I will be holding open forums throughout the semester on each campus to answer your questions and to address college-specific issues related to the district. Finally, I intend to post occasional YouTube presentations in an effort to broaden my contact with all of you. Exactly 360 days ago, I stood in front of you and made a commitment to do my best to initiate a new Peralta way. While the new Peralta way accomplishments are many, let me begin by focusing on the reorganization and a few accomplishments. And of course, I am fully aware of the great amount of work to be done. I look forward to answering your questions in regard to all those vice chancellors. But I want to reiterate that actions that I have taken have been for the betterment of the district and not simply to increase the number of administrators. Furthermore, each move has either a strategic purpose or is based on reallocation of resources. Today, I want to expand briefly on some of my actions and provide a short explanation. I stated 1 year ago that the Peralta College District needed to commit to being fundamentally a more academic institution, one that will dedicate more of its resources toward the academic mission. The reorganization was motivated above all by that commitment, and I am pleased to announce the hiring of new Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs for Peralta Community College District, Dr. Luis Pedraja, who will lend a special energy to PCCD's academic identity this academic year, and then we will do a full search for a permanent Vice Chancellor who then will lead us in the future as well. A second Peralta Way accomplishment has been the reorganization commitment to deliver outstanding services to our students. I think if you heard Judge Trina this morning, the kind of services sometimes we provide. She was talking about her own students, her own school, but for us, she might have as well been talking about us. Here, I took advantage of a vacancy within Student Services to establish the Chief Student Services Officer for the district. And when we held our first Student Services meeting on June 6th of this year, our colleagues in Student Services expressed the desire for more coordinated leadership in Student Services to meet the needs of our students. To this end, I am pleased to have Dr. Norma Embris-Galavis assume the role of Vice Chancellor of Student Services. The success of an institution is greatly enhanced with academic affairs and student affairs working closely together. That is the assignment I gave to both Dr. Embris-Galavis and Dr. Pedraja. I want to thank Professor Fabian Benga and all the other coordinators of distance education at the colleges and Sujana Tumu for the support they have provided for distance education. Their commitment went beyond professional. It has been a personal dedication to education access for our students. I really find it hard to believe that we have neglected distance education to the extent that we have. Despite the cry for help from the coordinators, we lent a deaf ear. Now that the Distance Education Committee and the Planning and Budget Council have both spoken, we will be starting this year to make more effective our approach to distance education. To fulfill this promise, I have asked Vice Chancellors Embris Galavis and Pedraja to ensure that we have proper support for faculty and students engaged in online classes. Vice Chancellor Orkin will work with the college's leaders and information technology staff to advance this DE agenda. We have increased the budget for distance education by $150,000. And this is only a small investment in this endeavor because it deserves a whole lot more investment than that. To say that we have had pressing issues with our physical facilities would be an understatement, and you heard it really well from President Jaramillo. Fortunately, we have Vice Chancellor Icaro to put all his efforts into the maintenance of facilities, and that is just the beginning of what we will do, and that has started to pay dividends already. If you don't know, Vice Chancellor Icaro had really two jobs. One was to run the bonds, which is the major work, and one was to run our facilities. And it was definitely a lot of work. And to this end, with the reorganization, I have asked him to only pay attention to our facilities. However, I must admit that we have a long way to go. But please know that we are addressing our facilities needs in a forthright manner. The reorganization and changes I have orchestrated have been made carefully, with much forethought and with proper consultation. I would be happy to sit down with any of you and explain the rationale with any changes that I have made. I would be happy to sit down with any of you to explain to you the changes that I have made. Primarily, I have made changes based on the right allocation of individual talents to better fit our organization structure. Changes that are in the very best interest of our colleges and our service centers. I have valued everyone as I looked at what personnel changes needed to be made and explored alternatives. One of the characteristics of the old Peralta way seemed to be a paralysis to make decisions, let alone timely decisions. We have lost millions of dollars in programs and grants that could help our students. Millions of dollars that could have helped our students because we have failed to move forward. However, I'm fully aware that rushing to make decisions can be detrimental to the institution as well. And be assured, I'm keeping an eye carefully on how I do things. Here, I wish to add that this chancellor who's speaking to you does not hide away from being critically confronted with issues. I'm eager to sit down and to speak with people. If ever you feel that I'm not following the new Peralta way and its spirit of constructive change, I invite you to speak to me directly. As a community of learners and scholars, let us always speak directly with one another to get the real scoop, the real story, and as Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story. I welcome your honest inquiries and thoughtful criticism as well as critique. Some of the transformative ideas of Peralta, of the reorganization of Peralta, include a rebranded academic character for Peralta, an organization that redoubles its efforts to care about the finest education of our students, a refurbishing of a working technology infrastructure, a district with better maintained facilities, an interest in elevating our academic standards in hiring. I have refused to hire below the minimum levels of competency. Hiring the best of the worst is not a way to elevate the district. Hiring the best of the worst is not a way to elevate the district, and it is a practice that is simply not acceptable. With patience and a few pushbacks from me, we are hiring better qualified people. Our faculty and students deserve the best deans, the best vice presidents, the best vice chancellors and presidents we can find, and so do our staff. In order to increase revenue, we must exploit the following: local and regional partnerships, state partnerships, national partnerships, international partnerships, the development of a unit that will bring us increased earnings and guarantee each college the minimum average revenues it has generated over the past 5 years in contract education. In my address to you last year, I promised that I will make good this guarantee, and we are well on our way to building the infrastructure that will boost those revenues. I'm pleased that we are establishing a foundation for workforce development and continuing education with a new Associate Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mel King. We have instituted a Peralta Management Leadership Academy. It is one that we want to help us develop the best administrators and leaders for Peralta, as I promised to you last year. Here, participants have initiated group projects such as Your Successful Journey through Peralta and New Employee Orientations, Enrollment Management and Retention, and the 3 steps rule for improving our strategies to serve our students. Participants were charged to come up with activities and projects that will transform the district. I would like to ask the participants in the academy who are present today to stand up so we can congratulate them. Thank you. The charge that I gave them, what they have accomplished, I have to say that I have not been disappointed in their innovative plans of action. The recognition that we did today was one of those that they came up with. They represent some of our finest faculty, staff, and administration. Finally, I wish to speak to an issue deeply plaguing all of us as citizens, parents, and students. That is racial tensions across the land and the globe. It has been a long summer of racial and ethnic violence around the world. Unnecessary use of force by a few police officers against young black men has become all too common for us. As the father of a precious 32-year-old black man, actually a black gentleman, I'm deeply concerned about what happened to him. Beyond the concern for my own son is the immediate concern we all share for thousands of black men we are educating. We know that once violence is committed against some, it is likely to spread to others. We cannot stand idle and watch these things happen without doing or saying something meaningful and constructive. Simply, anger is not the answer. You may recall this poem. First, they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. The need to speak up, whether it is for the environment, against police brutality, against unfair labor practice, against racism, against sexism, against homophobia, against bullying, against injustice, against unfair treatment of students from application to graduation is just not the job of a few, but everyone's responsibility. At the end, we must speak out against injustice and cruelty for ourselves. The violence against police officers has rattled all of us. As those who are called to protect us become victims of anger and disparagement and violence. We must be clear that the wrongdoing of a few from an ethnic group does not constitute the wrongdoing from a whole race, nor do the crimes of a few peacekeeping officers equate to the crimes of all police officers. Our hearts collectively sank when we saw the panic in Dallas and our heroes being killed. The ambush in Baton Rouge, even a greater despair and shock gripped us as we witnessed the events in Nice, France, in Orlando, and in Istanbul. Yet, Inescapably, it is our world and it is our individual responsibility to right those wrongs. This academic year, I plan to work with our college presidents to bring some training and opportunities to examine these issues at Peralta. Silence is inexcusable. At the same time, I'm appealing to all our faculty, staff, and administrators to be sensitive to students who may need our support in dealing with these issues and to work hard to promote a more harmonious and cheerful classroom environment, a friendlier student services and student activities environment, and a more welcoming Peralta environment. Working for peace should not be restricted to the Middle East, to Florida, or to Europe. There needs to be peace right here in Berkeley, in Alameda, and in Oakland. And most assuredly, we must begin with peace within each of us individually. Only then can we secure peace in the world. Let us follow then the chess principle, like within, like without. As the lyrics of the song says, and I'm not going to sing, I promise. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Brothers and sisters, all are we. Let me walk with my brother and my sister in perfect harmony. Our students, faculty, and staff, and all of us are returning from a turbulent summer. May we each do our part to make this fall semester and this academic year the most enjoyable and peaceful one for ourselves and for our students. Let us recognize that peace is an end of education. Let us work together, guided by bold leadership, and educate for peace. Thank you.